Morgan Odom, and I drive the number 17 Junior Mini Cup for Odom's Motorsports.
Hi, I'm Carmen Odom, and I drive the number 17X Junior Mini Cup for Odom's Motorsports.
Welcome to this edition of
Blank Surfaces.
Now here's Brooke McIntyre and Nakia Hamilton
from their recent appearance on Pleasure Island Conversations.
Hi, I'm Brooke McIntyre, and today I'm here with Pleasure Island Conversations. I'm filling in for Monty Bomblin. He's recently recovering from surgery. But our guest today is
Nakia Hamilton.
Hi.
How you doing?
Good to see you.
Good to see you too.
Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself and how you got into the film industry?
Well, I'm Nakia Hamilton. I'm a filmmaker. Basically, I write, but I'm not a writer, but I do write screenplays. I'm a director. I really don't title myself as that, but I do direct films, and I basically make movies and sell them. The way I got started was I was performing the music, producing songs, and actually traveling, creating music. And one day I just told God that, I wanted to do what he wanted me to do. And I was led through a situation to contact the cable station and ask them about putting a show on TV. And it took me 9 months to get it together, but by the grace of God, I was able to put a show on TV. I ran it for 2 years. The way everything was set up, I couldn't make any money. So it was a true experience for me because I had to basically purchase and make everything happen myself. And the learning experience was amazing. And it kind of led me to the point I am now. After 2 years, I just kept creating projects and meeting people. And what an amazing day I met Brooke McIntyre.
And being having Christian films, does that affect you in a different way than if you were just filming like regular movies? Or
Well, yes, because I have to be more conscious and I have to remember, I'm playing by a different set of rules. So, there's certain things other people can do just because, but I have to be conscious. For example, being a believer, there's some believers, they still drink wine or whatever, but just to be conscious, you are responsible for your influence on other people. So if there's somebody that's coming to my house and I know they had a problem with drinking or whatever, and I have some friends over there want a glass of wine, we prefer not to do that so we won't be that influence. And it's the same thing in filmmaking. I just have to be very conscious about what I make, but at the same time, I still have to be creative and use the gifts God gave me to open doors to inspire other people. So.
Mm-hmm. Was it difficult getting into the industry?
Well, yes and no. Those moments I was trying to do it on my own, it was very difficult. But when I just allowed God to move in my life, stuff just happened. Like one day I was filming in Raleigh and I was inspired to make a movie about women with alopecia. And when I was leaving, God spoke to me and told me to create that film. And I wanted to do it right then my way, but he was like, wait. So being hard-headed, I wrote it anyway. And when I got finished, I looked at it, it was absolutely horrible. It was, unsensitive and everything because I didn't know. And the reason why he wanted me to wait, because there was a learning experience I needed. And after I started learning different things and made another project and I grew, once I created that film, it made so much sense just to wait and it made everything easier. And I got a phone call. I just promoted it, got a phone call from a distribution company, said we want to release your film. Mm-hmm. Then next thing you know, me and that company is making films back to back.
Nice. And we actually met through a movie that you made called Let Go, Let God. Do you want to tell a little bit about what that's about?
Well, Let Go, Let God is about two people that have this experience in life that caused them to question God's existence. And through that experience of trying to find a little boy, they have their own revelation of the truth about God's experience. And it was just an amazing project. I could talk about that all day.
Mm-hmm. Well, I was kind of a new actor, and I kind of just showed up. Do you have a spot for me? Like,
Yeah.
Do you usually find new actors and actresses, or do you have more experienced actors? How does the process, like the picking process, go?
One thing I focus on is commitment, and I like to meet people, and I like to work with people that are new through somebody else, So if somebody's a credible person and they understand my work ethic and what I'm trying to do, and they present somebody to me, then I'm willing to work with those people. And the day and time that we're in, the industry is a little different than before. So it's easy for people to get involved. So it's easy to find people that are not serious, just see opportunity. And so that's why, if you remember, I met with you and your dad. We talked and kind of walked through a few things. And I was just looking for chemistry. Like, if this somebody I can work with on set for a whole day. And, everything worked out. I mean, we started laughing and joking. And that's the way I like to meet people as far as working on a film. I mean, when you work with, like, bigger actors like Clifton Powell, there's only one way. You go through the agent and you pay the money and it happens. But when it's somebody like how I met you, I like to meet the people, develop the relationship, and see if there's somebody I can have fun with on set.
What would you say one of your biggest challenges you faced in the industry?
There's a few, but believe it or not, dedicated people. That is, and it's one thing that I thought would never be a challenge, and I think it's because the structure of the industry has changed. Back in the day, $5 million movie was an independent film. Now, a $100,000 movie is an independent film, and because of that, there's so much content, so many platforms. It's easy for people to get into the industry. So you got Tom, Dick, and Hank that really have no passion, just see an opportunity to jump in, and you have people that are not willing to dedicate themselves and go through that journey and make those sacrifices to get to that point. And that journey and sacrifice where you learn ethic and how to operate on set and be respectful, and how important and the sacrifice other people have made, and because people don't have that, they're just not dedicated, show up late and different things. But if you just keep working, then you find those few people like you, like Nelson Davis and other people that are dedicated, hard workers, and you're able to make great projects and, actually love what you do.
It's a marathon, not a race.
Yes.
We will be right back with Pleasure Island Conversations with Nakia Hamilton.
Lowest down payment, low monthly rates. Protective Agency.
For over 60 years, Protective Agency has been offering the lowest price and down payment on quality auto insurance. Look in the white pages for the location nearest you and start saving big. When an accident happens, we're the company that cares.
Lowest down payment, low monthly rates. Just call Protective Agency.
Across the Canvas Productions is proud to be partnering with
Bobby Watson's Carteret County Speedway. Here's Bob Lowry to tell you more.
Hey, hello folks, my name is Bob Lowry. You're welcome to Bobby Watson's Carteret County Speedway. We are proud to have you here today as we tell you a little bit about the finest short track in the country right here in Cape Carteret, Pelletier, North Carolina, right here on the Crystal Coast. We invite you to come down, be a part of a family-friendly, one of the nicest racetracks all the way around. From the infield, we have a restaurant, a grill called Moonshiners, a lot of history, a lot of memorabilia in there. All the way around this track is filled with memories, and it's because of my friend Bobby Watson and the dream that he had some 22 years ago to start this track, to build it to be one of the finest in the country, and we have achieved what he wanted to do. And now, Bobby passed away. He left us last year in October. And now I've inherited this track. I've inherited the right to keep his dream alive is what I've inherited. And I'll tell you what, I've got a lot of friends that has helped me along the way, a lot of great sponsors across the Canvas Productions. They have been a big part of this. And Mr. Lance there, of course, some of the marketing, some of the interviews, and some of the folks that he's helped nurture their careers, bring them right along almost from the very beginnings, from go-karts right on up to the late models. And he is very instrumental in a lot of marketing and getting the word out about Bobby Watson's Carteret County Speedway. Bobby Watson's Speedway actually started as a go-kart track years ago, way back when. It was World Karting Association. It was one of the nicest go-kart tracks there was. Through the years, Bobby tore that down, and got this dream of building a late model regular racetrack that was racer friendly and family friendly. Give the young kids something to do, something positive, to keep them focused, and it's done right here at this Speedway. So no matter where you're at in the country, we invite you to come down. We have some of the biggest races this year coming up in the 2019 racing season, such as the Asphalt Legends Nationals will be held here. That'll bring over 200 of the legend cars. Some of the finest drivers in the country will be here on the week of October the 19th. So we invite you to come to that. You know, throughout the year, we host a cars tour.
Hi, I'm Alexis Stephan. I'm here at Bobby Watson's Carteret County Speedway for the late model stock cars tour and the Coast to Coast 125.
We've hosted the mini stock nationals. The finals, they're here also in November. So the season goes throughout the year. Also, we have concerts, which is an entertainment complex. We also hosted the National Day of Prayer. Here at Carteret County Speedway, we believe in God, country, and racing in that order. And we start with the national anthem. And our motto around here for the national anthem is this right here: if you don't stand for the national anthem, you're welcome to leave. We support our country. We support our military. We're surrounded by Camp Lejeune, also Cherry Point, North Carolina. So we appreciate the folks out there watching that have served their country. We invite y'all to come out here. We'll have a military appreciation. We already have one. We'll have one before the end of the year, again, to recognize our military, also first responders, charities. Along the way, you know, years ago and for the past 17 years, I've run a place called Second Blessings Community Outreach and More right here in Morehead City. And that all stemmed from me and Bobby becoming friends some 30-some years ago, and Bobby seeing that Second Blessings Community Outreach ministry grow. And so Bobby, in turn, supported that as I supported this racetrack. And so there you have where that friendship and that kinship started from. And now it's my obligation and my pleasure and honor to keep his dream alive, to give families something to do, to keep families together, and do the best that we can in recognizing our country and the service that our military men and women have given us, so we can have the right to come here and be all that we can be out here at this Speedway. So like I said before, I know you can find more information on the website, carteretspeedway.com, also our Facebook page. Please log on to them, see the video, and see for yourself. But nothing beats coming out here. We have suites available. We have a Speedway Club. We have a lot of opportunities, a lot of places that you can watch some of the finest racing you've ever wanted to watch. From the Champ Carts, right on up from the Mini Cups, Mini Stock, U-Car, Legends, Street Stock, and Late Model. So we also host special events such as the Ground Pounders, Flathead Fords. They come by and visit us every once in a while. It just goes back to that nostalgia that Bobby Watson's Carteret County Speedway has. From start to finish, you will not find a nicer track in the United States that you want to come visit. And I thank y'all again. I thank, for y'all, the ones that have been out here before. I thank Solid Rock Carriers, one of our major sponsors out here. And two, as we go out and you'll get a look at the Speedway here in a little bit, you'll see all the billboards. This weekend, for example, Harley Davidson of New Bern, also Moore's Barbecue, just to name a couple. They'll be hosting the race this weekend along with Solid Rock. And August the 10th, $10,000 late model race. So it's just like that, all the time something. And like you said, please log on to carteretspeedway.com. Also log on to our Facebook page too. Find out more about what's going on here in the upcoming future. And thank you again for tuning in.
Now here's a message from Curtis Lewa, the founder of the Guardian Angels.
About Honk for the Missing.
Let me remind you that next Sunday, August 4th, is our global campaign now, Honk for the Missing. It was first started by Marcus Strider. That's right, Marcus Dent, aka Strider, from the Baltimore chapter of the Guardian Angels. And it has been done by citizen groups affiliated with us all over the world. We have Guardian Angels globally, citizen groups globally, all in tandem, beeping their horn. Beep that horn. And all important, getting the recognition from people globally that there are so many hundreds, thousands, tens of thousands missing. Many of them who have been taken into the sex trafficking trade. Many who have fallen through the cracks, and law enforcement no longer prioritizes them. But we do. They have family, they have friends, they have those that have been destroyed because there's not a word, nor hide, nor hair of where they are. And that's why we're going to bring global awareness, as we have years past, through the efforts of the Baltimore Guardian Angels. I want you to join them, as we will be joining them in New York City. And this is where it all started. This is the mothership. We're going to join them, and you should too. Next Sunday, August 4th, be there for the Honk for the Missing campaign.
Hi, I'm Morgan Odom, and I drive the number 17 Junior Mini Cup for Odom's Motorsports.
Hi, I'm Carmen Odom, and I drive the number 17X Junior Mini Cup for Odom's Motorsports.
Now, we're going to tell you a little bit about our weekend at Bobby Watson's Carteret County Speedway, July 27th, 2019.
We got to the track early in the morning, around 10 o'clock. We got the cars out of the trailer, my car, Morgan's car, and our Virginia Mini Cup car, which I raced later that night with the Virginia Mini Cup Series.
So my car, we went to practice Friday night, and my car was tight. So we had to get my car on the scales, which we did, and we figured out a few little problems that we fixed. So then it was about practice time, and we were going out to practice, of course. I had no brakes, so whenever it was scary. You know, that was the most scary moment that I've ever felt, being in my car, is having no brakes. I was like trying to get up to speed, and then all these cars start to slow down, and I'm trying to slow down, and it's not working, and I'm like, it is so scary. So I was like, Dad, my brakes are not working. They're not working. He's like, come in. And so I come into the pits, and it was still going so fast, and like I couldn't get it to slow down. So he was like, turn off your car. And I turned it off, and it was still rolling. It just wouldn't stop. We'd just put new bearings in my car, and I think that made it even worse. It wouldn't stop rolling. So I came all the way around the front stretch, went around the whole curve, and he was like, go in the grass. And I was like, I don't know what to do. So I went into the grass, and the wall was coming at me really quick, and I was like, oh no, here it comes. I was like, you're gonna make me run into the wall. Screaming in my microphone to him, and you know, that was so scary, but that's how my practice started. And you know, I got out of my car, and I was like, I have no brakes. There's no brakes. I have no brakes. They're not working at all. And that's how my first practice went.
My first practice went really well. I passed a couple of cars. I passed the second fastest car that was out there. So that was really good. You always need practice whenever you're going to pass someone, because you always got to know what they're going to do or whatever. So did that, and then I came back in. We got ready to go out in the blue 14 car. I ran some pretty good times, considering we had to change some things to get there. To run as fast as what they were, or like really close to it, but ran pretty good in first practice. We didn't go back out for second practice in that car, but in my car we went out for second practice, still fastest, and so throughout the day we were fastest all day until qualifying. Then she was faster than me, but she didn't go out for second practice, and she barely made it for qualifying. So,
well, we didn't have my brakes finished for second practice, so or third practice, so I had to go out on qualifying, of course. We didn't know if we were going to have to qualify while practicing because that's how they typically do it, but I'm so glad they didn't because once we went out for qualifying, I got the pole and I made the fastest lap of the day, and that was so surprising. I picked up 8/10 within 2 hours in no practice at all. So that was really great, and Carmen was right behind me. We were both about the same speed once we were out there. There wasn't really much to that, but we met this really nice couple before going out to qualify, Jim and Teresa, and they seen us on WITN News Channel 7 from Greenville.
They saw us that we were the Pepsi Players of the Week. Miss Teresa, she worked at a racetrack, and I think it was Orange County is what she said, but she ran the ticket booth, so she was always at a racetrack almost every weekend, but she never seen a race. So our race was the first race she ever seen, and we were the first ones on the list to race, so we were the first race she ever seen, plus we were the first class she ever seen race. And Mr. Jim, he was in the Air Force. He is now retired. He's such a sweet man. He's so nice, and they're just a really nice couple.
Yeah, and all the fans that came out to see us from WITN News was insane. Almost everyone in the crowd they seen us on WITN News, and they wanted to come watch us race. And there were so many people that come up to us at the meet and greet. And that's one thing that's great about Bobby Watson's Carteret County Speedway is the meet and greet. You get to meet all the fans that know who you are and have seen you different places. And that's just really cool to be able to see people and let them get into your cars and show them and tell them everything about it.
And in qualifying, after we did Morgan's qualifying, we weren't sure if I was going to go out in my blue car. And then we were like, we'll just go ahead. I was not fast at all. And before the race, we changed the gear and clutch so to make me faster, which it did, which I'm very glad it did. They had me starting on the pole just because, the way their racing is, they start the slow people in the front and the fast people in the back. But then my dad was like, no, that cannot happen. She's never raced with them before. We're not going to put her on the front row on the inside. So I started last, but I really like that new car. It's smooth. Unlike my car, you get beat to death. But during the race, I got 6 out of 10 cars. I passed a couple, and I was faster than everyone except for the top 5. The top 5 cars, I had nothing for them at all.
Now, the difference between the Virginia Mini Cup Series car and the Coastal Carolina Mini Cup Series car is the Virginia has shocks and springs. The Virginia Mini Cup Series is rigid, so basically every bump on the track you can feel, and it is I don't even know how to explain it. It's like you're just vibrating up and down. But in the Virginia Mini Cup Series car, you're a lot faster and you don't feel anything. You're just riding so smooth.
Blank Surfaces is now on TV on Spectrum Channel 25 at 6 p.m. on Thursday nights.
In Jacksonville, New Bern, Morehead City, and surrounding areas in eastern North Carolina. Pleasure Island Conversations is on Spectrum Channel 1312 at 6:30 Sunday nights.
In Wilmington, North Carolina, and surrounding areas in eastern North Carolina.
To learn more about Odom's Motorsports and Carmen Odom
and Morgan Odom,
Look up Odom's Motorsports on Facebook
and Instagram.
If you would like to be a part of Across the Canvas Productions, you can go to acrossthecanvas.com.
If you would like to be a part of Pleasure Island Conversations or Blank Surfaces, please go to acrossthecanvas.com.
If you would like to see clips and full episodes of Blank Surfaces and Pleasure Island Conversations, you can go to Across the Canvas on YouTube.com.
And if you'd like to learn more about Across the Canvas and Blank Surfaces and Pleasure Island Conversations, you can go to Across the Canvas on Facebook.
Hi, I'm Joseph Bell, and I drive number 43 in the Mini Cup class at Carteret County Speedway. This is my first year racing, and yeah, I got my inspiration to actually do this was my grandfather, which used to race in the old times. My cousins Morgan and Carmen, and well, just for the fun of it. And so yeah, my first race was on the firecracker class this year, and so I just want, yeah, it's fun coming down here to race it, even though it's my second race is this weekend. And if you want, just come on down. It's pretty fun. It's fun watching racing. It's fun to even do it. If you want to get a good mini cup like mine, go to Mini Cup USA. Good mini cups, low prices. That's where I got mine. And yeah, I got this today. Is Wednesday, and I'm practicing them today. But yeah, there's nothing really much to say. But yeah, racing's fun. It's fun to watch it, and I've only raced once, but I love it. My number's 43. It's kind of a weird way you get into the car, because you don't take the net down and climb in through the window like you do in the NASCAR, but you open the top up because there's a little hatch on it, and you climb in, close the hatch, turn it on, you go. So yeah,